everyone, it's Janice. I'm back with you again in the studio after a little bit of a summer hiatus, but we're going to jump right back in, and I have some really fun projects that I've been working on planning out for the fall. I'm going to begin with this bear paw on print wall hanging pattern that I wrote last September for We Like Sewing magazine. I'm a regular contributor with them, and I used some fun cyanotype print fabric. So that's the application where you use chemicals and you expose it to the UV light of the sun, and then it leaves this behind, kind of like a shadow print of whatever you've laid on top to block the sun exposure. I really like doing it with organic leaves because obviously I'm into the nature aspect of stuff. But you could really do it with all kinds of things. So you could experiment with that if you wanted to, or if you're not the get messy type. I will be creating some of my own cyanotype fabrics and having them for sale. I plan to make a little kit for creating the bear paw. You can do just the one block as a wall hanging, and this is 28 inches square. Or my pattern also includes how to make the amount of fabric that you would need to create a throw-sized quilt that would be 4 blocks. So it would be about 56 inches square when you complete that. You will receive, you may choose from either the cyanotype prints that I will have available, and I probably only have enough for maybe 4. And then I also got just plain blue to match if you prefer to just have a solid color, or you prefer to do some stitching in the center bear paw. I think for eyeballing it when I went up to the local quilt shop, I did a pretty good job. It's not exactly the same color as the cyanotype, but I think they are very close and they will match. So you can choose from either the solid or the cyanotype. If you choose, you will get enough to cut for the pattern. If you choose to buy the quilt kit, you will get the pattern printed with the digital download also available to you, and you will get enough fabric to make 1 block. So to make the wall hanging, you would get the central blue fabric to make the paw and the little corners detail. You will get a yellow. The yellow for this kit is a little bit brighter than what I used. I think this was called, not exactly sure what color that was of Kona, but I got a brighter yellow, and I had this steel gray, but for the kit I chose this beautiful aquamarine color. And then the background on my original test block was a very light gray, but for the kit I have chosen the sky blue. And I will also include binding strips that I will cut and prepare for you. You will just have to iron them and then, finish it. And I chose this beautiful batik. Mine was an art gallery print. I just had a little bit of scraps. The only thing that you would need to provide if you purchase the kit is potentially corner hanging tabs, which the directions do include how to create that. You would need something for the backing. So I often use leftovers and piece them together. It's whatever you could have on hand. And you will need a piece of the batting. I'm not going to sell the batting as the kit. And if you choose not to get the kit, the digital download PDF of the pattern is already up in the Etsy shop. So you can go to leroudefleurs.etsy.com and you can search in the patterns and kits, and you will see Bear Paw on Point. It's already there to go. You can print it out like I've done. It comes with this nice cover page, so you can see the example finished as well as the highlights of what the pattern is. And it comes with all of the copyright and use notes, and of course illustrated instructions. I also create a coloring page if you are someone that likes to plan out. If you've made this, if you don't want to purchase the kit and you want to create your own, it tells you how much fabric you would need for 4 blocks, or you could do it block by block, in all different color schemes, or I think this would be super cute for Christmas. And you can plan it all out on here. There's a little spot to create notes. You can color it in. And that kind of comes with everything. There's also instructions on, like I said, how to create the hanging corners, how to fold over the binding, and there's all of the layout notes so that you can create the entire quilt or just one beautiful wall hanging. It shows you how to do everything. You get the cutting chart, how many pieces you need to cut of each thing, of course, fabric requirements, and how to plan, a couple of notes on how to plan out how much you would need, and all of that good details. So I think it's pretty comprehensive. I've gotten lots of great reviews on my patterns. You can go check those out on Etsy, the reviews that people have left me. So it's nice because now that I've started submitting to the magazine, I get editor feedback. So I think it's made the patterns even better, even stronger, because I'm kind of getting a boost from having an editor professionally read through my patterns and give me notes on how to make them better. So I think that's awesome. So today I am going to go ahead and pop you on the overhead, and you can watch me cut out for the entire kit. And then in an upcoming series, I will be assembling one of the Bear Paw on points from the kit that I'm going to cut today. I'm just going to do the solid version. So here you can see all of the fabrics together, and I will insert a close-up of that, but I really like it. It's nice. I like those blues, greens, aquamarines, bold blues, and then I love the little pop of the batik print for on the border. I think it's going to look really special. So, go ahead and check it out, and I hope you'll watch a little bit of how the kit comes together. Thank you so much. Here is the wall hanging that I originally designed. And like I said, it has this light gray background. It has the darker gray. It has the beautiful cyanotype. This one is a little bit more denim in color. And then it has this, I don't know, kind of goldenrod yellow, and art gallery scrap fabrics. And then I used a little bit of the leftover cyanotype print on the back, and just some leftover coordinating. I think there's a muslin, little gingham, just to finish off the back. Especially when I'm making wall hangings, I'm just using up whatever I have on the back of something to complete it. You're never really going to see it. It doesn't matter that much. But I love this. It's a nice size for hanging. I love that the block comes together really quickly. It is 28 inches, which I think is just spectacular. Sorry, I decided to move the light. It seemed like there was a lot of shadow. But anyway, the central block is 8.5 inches. Let me double check. Yeah, 8.5 inches square. So I love that because I am always drawn to like larger print fabrics, but then once you cut them up, you can't tell what they look like anymore. So if you've had a large feature fabric that you've been dying to use, maybe some like Tula pink with like a huge medallion, and you want to actually see that feature, this would be an excellent quilt to set that off, because you have all of that space that you could fussy cut and center your medallion right in there. I also think it works, for this, that there's the leaves branching through the fabric. You kind of get that falling leaf effect with the cyanotype. My cyanotypes, I used a Nandina, so like bamboo. So the print is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit different, but I like that because then you have a little bit more options of how much you cut it up, and having a little bit more, you can have this larger section of print, or you could do more of the open section, and whatever you get, each piece of that will be slightly different, obviously, because it's all hand created. But I love that organic look and kind of that ghost silhouette of the leaves with the dye. And it's not perfect, but I don't know, there's something about the wabi-sabi organic quality that I think is beautiful, especially for a wall hanging. It would be a really nice feature, in my opinion, obviously. But I also think this could be great, like I said, for tulip pink things that you have a medallion that you want to feature. Also, I find like for Christmas, the Christmas prints have a lot of icons in them, and once you cut them up, they don't look like anything. So I'm always trying to find blocks that have a little bit larger of a central design that you can feature different things, so that you can actually see some of those interesting prints with all of the icons. So I think this is a great design for that. And like I said, the pattern, when you get it, if you order the kit, you'll get a print. I'll have printed it out for you. If you just want the pattern for yourself, you do not care about the fabrics, or you make your own fabrics, or you have so many fabrics you want to use up, then you can just do the PDF. It's color print. You'll get all of the instructions the same. It's color coded even a little bit, because I think those of us that make lots of quilts and art, we're very visual, so I try to include that as well. The color coding is just based on the kit and the central example, but you can do whatever you want. And like I said earlier, there is that coloring page so you can plan for yourself, however you'd like to work on your own project. It's all up to you and your creativity. So I'm going to go ahead and get started cutting up the kit. I'm going to put you on fast forward. I will link below where you can purchase the PDF, the kit, and also I will try to list out the colors of fabric that I used if you would like to build your own. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started.